Yo, it's your boy Deezy, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Alright, tonight we're gonna do a live call-in, man. And have you ever experienced, right, where you made a sacrifice for someone and then you felt that this person felt ungrateful? Now, we all know, right? Bobby Smurder made a major sacrifice for Rowdy Rebel, right? Rowdy was looking at about 14 years. Bobby was only looking at 3 years. Bobby took a plea to 7 years so Rowdy can get 7 years instead of the 14. He made a major sacrifice to take extra time so his friend could get less time. And at this point right now, this day, they don't even speak. The man took 4 extra years in jail now, and him and his boy don't speak. How would you feel if you made that type of sacrifice and the person was ungrateful? Now that's deep. Because the man could have been out early, career could have been back swinging, but he took 4 extra years so his boy doesn't have to do 14 years. Now that's a real friend right there. Because you don't know too many people that'll take extra time so that you can get less time. You hear me? You don't know too many people that are willing to sit 4 extra years in the can just to help you out. And then when you get out, the relationship ain't the same. Now, you don't have to tell on nobody not to take extra time. Bobby did that out the kindness of his heart, man. And I don't think Rowdy appreciated that, man. I really don't think he appreciated, because when you came home and you felt like he was getting a little motion, you were supposed to bring your partner with you, because that's the person that sat down in the can extra for you. You make a sacrifice like that for your partner, and when they get out, it's like they not even making that acknowledgement, right? That you sat in jail 4 extra years just to make sure he didn't do 14 years. Is that ungrateful? Or you just think that friends grow apart in those situations? Do friends just grow apart? Or is there something else in there? I think it was some friction between who was getting motion and who wasn't. Because when Rowdy first got out, it was looking like he was getting motion. Bobby wasn't getting that motion. But now you don't hear nothing from either one of them. And Bobby made the sacrifice to sit in jail 4 extra years for his partner so he don't do 14. Would you do something like that? Would you sit in jail for 4 extra years just so your partner don't do 14? Would that be selfish? Is that a selfish act for you to say, I'm not going to do 7. I'm going to take the 3 that they offering and I'm going to do my time? Or was he keeping it G by taking the more time? I want to know, would you would have took more time so your peoples can come home? I really want to know that, man. Talk to me. Let me know. Would you would have sacrificed your freedom for another 4 years for your friend to come home in 7 years? Or would you just would have took your time and say, I'm going to take my time and do my time? I was wrong. I know I was wrong. And I'm going to take my time. You got to take your time and fight your case. He went over the limb on that one, man. Set his career all the way back. Put his career in the back to sacrifice for his boy. Did he keep it player, or was that a dumb decision? Did he keep it player, or was that a dumb decision? I want to know. Bobby said, I'm going to take a 7 ball so my man only gets 7. And when they come out, they don't even come together tough. You would think that when they got out, that they would click tough to try to bring the beat back. But you know, the industry is going to divide you when they see strength going to happen. I'm sure that they were turned against each other because of the business structures that they were in. This label saying you got to do this and you need to do your own thing, and his label saying you need to do your own thing. And now they clashing heads, and they supposed to be crew. They clashing heads and they supposed to be crew. Making a sacrifice, right, for your partner so that they can come home early, it didn't benefit Bobby at all. Nothing about that benefited Bobby. It hurt him. It sent him to the can for additional time, right? And now his boy don't even mess with him no more. You make a sacrifice for somebody you deal with, and then they turn the cheek on you, turn the head on you. How would you feel about that? Have you ever had that experience where you looked out for someone and they was just ungrateful? In this situation here, Bobby took 4 extra years in jail so his boy would get 7 less years. And they come home and they don't even speak. His boy ain't even acknowledging it. When he asked about it, all he said was, man, that's my brother forever. But this man took 4 extra years so that you can get 7 years off your sentence. That's deep to have a fallout after that man sacrificed his life. Let me know if you ever had that situation. Call in. Have you had that situation where you feel you went out on a limb and you did something for somebody and they was ungrateful later? I feel Bobby should have just took his 3. The people looking at him like he was a G for taking extra time for his boy to get less time. But in all honesty, did his boy really care? Would he have done that? Would his boy have took 4 extra years so he can get 7 off? In a lot of situations, right, people won't do the same thing that you'll do. You might put yourself out there for a friend and they don't do the same thing for you. How would you feel? Would you feel that that's ungrateful, that you did this and they don't really care? People really don't care after you do something for them and they get through the situation. They really don't. It's in the time of need when they care. After the time was up, do you think he cared? Do you think he felt as if he owed that man something? No. Because you can see when that man got out, they went their own directions. He still would have been bitten right now if that man didn't make a sacrifice so that he can get out early. Bobby didn't have to tell. He could have took the 3 years and said, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to go lay down. But being a G, as they would say, he took extra time. Was that a G? Was that smart? Was it smart for this man to take 4 extra years to help his friend out and now they don't speak? What did he gain from it? What was the benefit of him taking extra time for his friend? Did he care? Not really. Because if he did, you would have seen it. He would have wanted to show that man, bro, I appreciate that. I would have been still locked up right now if you didn't do that for me. But people only act like they'll be grateful until something's already done. You did it already. Why should I have the feeling as, oh, you helped me, it's done? This is what people think. Majority of people are ungrateful when you go out your way and do something for them after it's done. Because they feel you were supposed to do that. Not knowing that was a choice you made. But was he grateful? I don't think bro was grateful. I really think bro was like, bro hooked me up, looked out for me, got me 7 off my sentence. But that's what he should have did because he was my bro. That's a deep situation there. You put yourself in the line of fire for somebody you call a friend, and then after the fire is gone, y'all not even tight like that. That make you think you got to be conscious of doing things for people. I don't think he would have did the same thing for him, man. And it's sad to say, but I don't think the brother would have did the same thing for him if he was in the situation. The game. People will tell you they'll do this for you, they'll do that for you. But I doubt he would have took 4 years extra so he can get 7 off his sentence. Sacrifice, man. Not everybody's willing to sacrifice for you. And you don't know who's willing to sacrifice for you. That's a decision one has to make. But would you sacrifice for someone? Would you take more time to give somebody less? It's the game of life, man. You put yourself in these situations, you never know the outcome of it. But the people around you, they can care about you, but that doesn't mean they'll do the same thing for you that you would do for them. Yeah, we need to get a caller in today. Somebody call in. Tell me if you had that experience where you sacrificed something and someone was ungrateful. Because I'm sure everybody's had that experience that they felt, I did, and this person really didn't care. Energy. Yeah, I want to play this clip, though. I do want to play this clip. Let me see if I can get that clip up there. I do want to play that clip. Hold up. Let me play that clip. Let me see if I can get that clip. Hold up. Let me see if I can get this clip. I want to get this clip. This no jumper clip. Let's see if I can get this no jumper clip. Hold up. I think I got it. Once we get it.
Where is you and Bobby's relationship at this point?
That's forever, my brother.
Do you guys still talk on a daily basis? Still hang out much?
That's forever, my brother.
The internet conspiracies, they think y'all ain't cool no more because niggas don't be seeing y'all hang out and shit. And there's like a video of you was like, if you don't see me with niggas, don't ask me about them. And niggas like, how come you and Bobby don't be hanging out as much?
I take everything and just run with it. I said,
That's what we do.
That's the internet.
Yeah, bro.
Go read the comments. That's what they saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's forever my brother, man.
All right, when last time you and Bobby kicked it or something?
Bro, that's forever my brother. This is
Y'all
like,
still be kicking it though? 'Cause like nigga, y'all was inseparable.
Hold up. I want to act funny tonight. We trying to get it right now.
that's forever my brother. This is
Y'all
like,
still be kicking it though? 'Cause like nigga, y'all was inseparable. Like when we first seen y'all come up, we used to see, you see Bobby, you see Rowdy. You see Rowdy, you see Bobby. Like all the blogs on the block and shit. And now it's like, damn, we don't be seeing y'all like as locked in as y'all used to be. Or at least, I guess that's what the internet's saying.
listen, bro, doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. That's my brother forever.
Yeah.
That's the root of Wack saying something about him in general too. Remember when Wack was trying to say that Bobby was doing zesty dances and shit?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a whole thing. He was trying to convince us that
It's just
Bobby.
Jamaican, bro.
Yeah, how you be feeling about people trying to troll Bobby with the whole zesty shit since he got out of jail? I know you be seeing that.
I just realized it's the internet.
Yeah.
He don't give a about that shit.
Y'all got any like music y'all did finna come out or something?
I got bad music together. I just right now, like, bro doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. That's my brother forever, bro.
What can we do to bring you guys back together?
Like I said, back together, like we left.
It hasn't like got to the level of tension that like you guys feel like it would be an option to fix shit. It's not that serious. It's just kind of you're just doing your own thing.
Yeah, we just chilling right now. We gonna get back to basics.
Yeah, like an EP with y'all together, go crazy or something, right? I know the fans be on that shit.
Nah, that'd be crazy though.
Have you done a song together since you got out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you just dropped, y'all. I seen Joel Santana drop the song today. It was you, Meek Mill, Jim Jones.
Yeah, shout out Joel.
That's a
Where
New
y'all-
York powerhouse
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
a powerhouse.
That's crazy.
Where y'all at? And you had one of the hardest verses on there too.
I said New York powerhouse, like Meek from Philly, but
Oh, yeah,
Meek
right.
feel like he
But
from
he,
New York.
it do feel like,
That's-
yeah, you
yeah.
think so, yeah.
That's the New York brother now. That's Philly to New York for sure.
Who put that, like, how that, when y'all shoot that video?
Shout out, she been shout out. She was just I was had it in the car. I guess he was just working on what he was working on, but he just dropping out consistently. He's just working man hard. Shout out to Alice, but we shot that shit in the city.
Yeah.
That's mad generations New York right there too. Like Joel's, you on the same song. I mean, you guys popped off like many years
I used
apart.
to be watching it when I was a kid. I used to throw the bandana on like my side.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
You ever go to Santana's Town?
Nah.
That was his store.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But it had the flags and they land up with the BB belts and all that. I didn't get that. But I'm from Brooklyn.
Right. So do you feel like, because it's like, all right, do you feel like the Bronx kind of took the attention away from Brooklyn on the drill shit?
It don't even matter. It's New York, so I don't know. For me,
They just kind of freaked it. They did shit different. All of a sudden, they're screaming into the mic. They're like dissing ops on every single fucking lyric. Kind of made the Brooklyn shit seem a little bit tame in comparison, which is probably not the worst thing because I know a lot of people don't like Bronx drill because it's too fucking crazy.
man, I get in the car and play Jamaican music. So when I do listen to that music, I'm probably in the club or I'm with the little bros and they play it. Not saying I don't f with it. It's just
Yeah.
But does it worry you? You feel like
it's not my go-to option when I get in the car. Like when I get in the car, I want to hear my groove. I want to be on my vibe. And first thing I'm going to, I want to hear some Jamaican music.
do you wish you could get by just making like laid back Jamaican tunes?
Do I wish I could get by making Jamaican music?
Well, I feel like if you were to just start strictly dropping Jamaican music, you probably wouldn't get as many people listening as if you drop some hard rap shit.
I can't. I don't know if I can make a Jamaican song like. I'll be like, I'll try, and I'll be like, nah, I don't like it. For me, because I listen to Jamaican music, so it's like I'm trying to make it sound like a little bit how it, you feel me? But it won't be coming out like that. So I'll be like, nah. But I hear you.
Yo, man, listen. You hear Rowdy, he said a lot of nothing. When they asked him about making music with Bobby, it wasn't really too much rap. Bobby sacrificed 4 years of his life for him. You hear me? He sacrificed 4 years of his life so that man can get a 7-piece off his sentence. Would you sacrifice 4 years of your life so your friend can get 7 off their sentence? Would that be something you would do? Because I don't think I would do something like that. Seriously. Me take 7 years when I was offered 3 so you can get 7? You can't call somebody selfish because they only want to take theirs. Not everybody's willing to do that right there. Bobby was crazy, I'm going to say, for doing that. Especially when you don't know somebody going to do that for you. But call in. Let me know how you feel, man. Would you have sacrificed your freedom for your friend? Would you have put yourself in a situation where you're not going to come home for 4 more years to help your friend? Come on, man. Call in. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Where's the callers at tonight? Call in. Let me know how you feel if you would have sacrificed 4 years of your life to help your friend. I'm trying to get it right. Bobby was a deep friend for that. For you to say I'm going to go sit down 4 extra years, sheesh. Let all the money go. Bobby sat in the can and he could have been making hella paper. He sat in jail for 7 years. That time lapse will put you out the loop, for real. That time lapse will put you out the loop, man. Quick. You think you gonna still be in the loop after 7 years? Negative. Not at all. After 7, you ain't gonna be in the loop no more. Not at all. After 7 years in the can, you not gonna be in the loop no more, man. Bobby took himself out the loop, sacrificing himself for his boy. But was his boy really grateful? Man, call in. We up tonight, call in. Let me know if you would have sacrificed yourself for your friend. That's a deep situation. Not everybody's going to do something like that. And then to do something like that, right? And then think after that the person don't care. Especially when you sat in jail for 4 extra years, man. The game.
Yeah.
Hey. And then you come back out, right? And you not lit as you was. In certain situations, and I think Rowdy spoke on the situation, how Bobby should have handled the situation. You know, if that's your dog and you know he sacrificed for you, even if you don't agree with him, you gotta speak to him about that. Because he took a major sacrifice for you. And people gotta understand, if your friend takes a sacrifice for you to that magnitude, you owe him for real. Everybody's not doing that. It's 12 months in a year, 365 days. Bobby took that times 4 for his boy. And I don't feel that his boy really is showing that he cares. How would you handle that situation? How would you handle the situation if you knew you sacrificed something for your boy or your girl and you feel they not showing you they care? Should have did that? Because I'm like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
For me to sit in the can extra to sacrifice my freedom for you, what's the purpose? Bobby ain't had to tell on him. Bobby could have just took his time and sat down. But his boy didn't appreciate that he took 4 extra years for him to cut 7 off his sentence. Should Bobby have done that? That's where I'm at with that. Should Bobby have done that? Did it make sense for him to take extra time knowing it's going to kill his career? You hear me? Knowing it's going to kill his career. Because that's all it did. It just killed his entire career, and he made a sacrifice, right? But do you think his boy cared? Man, call in, man. Let me know how y'all feel, man. Call in, man. It's your boy Deezy. We up tonight. I want to hear your opinion and how you feel about Bobby sacrificing himself for his boy, and they ain't even tight like that no more. I'm saying you ain't got to tell on nobody, right? But you got to take yours. All that sacrificing yourself for somebody else, would they do that for you?
Yeah.
Would they do that for you? Probably not. But you don't know that. In that situation, he felt, man, I'm going to look out for my bro. Most dudes out here now are willing to cooperate to get out the situation. They're willing to tell to get out the situation. This man took 4 extra years so that his boy can come home in 7. Was he ungrateful? Somebody tell me, was he ungrateful for not showing that he cared. We seen other artists caring more about him sticking to the code and not telling and taking extra time than the person he did it for. He took this extra time because he cared for his boy. But did his boy care for him the same way he cared for his boy? Would his boy have took that time the same way he did?
Yeah.
Let's be real, man.
Hey.
Let's be real. Everybody's not doing that, man. Everybody's not willing to go to jail for longer for to make your sentence shorter. If you had that experience where you sacrificed yourself for somebody and they was ungrateful, call in and let me know, man. I want to hear about it. Tonight's the night. I want to hear about it. Let me hear the sacrifice you took and you felt the person was ungrateful. Was it a family member? Was it a close friend? Was it a relationship partner? Who did you feel you had to sacrifice something for and they was just ungrateful? They didn't care. Is somebody out there you felt like that? Let me know.
Yeah.
You can call in.
Hey.
We want to hear about it. Let's talk about it. Because everybody's had an experience where they felt they went above and beyond for somebody and the person didn't really care. And we all know that that's a hurtful feeling. When you show a person that you care and you do for them and they give you their butt to kiss. That's deep right there. If you had that experience, I want you to call in tonight. Call in. Let me know the experience you had with whoever it was with, whatever happened. What experience did you have that you sacrificed something for someone and they was ungrateful? You felt, I'm going to do this out the kindness of my heart, but you didn't see a care in the world out of the person that you made a sacrifice for. Rowdy took an extra 4 years for, Bobby took an extra 4 years for Rowdy. Rowdy would have been doing a 14 ball. Instead, he got a 7-piece. Bobby would have did 3. Instead, he took a 7 so his boy can get a 7. And now they don't even speak. That's deep. They took extra time for his boy, and now they don't even rap. Should he have just took his 3 years and said, I'm going to take my time? Or would you still have sacrificed 4 years of your life for someone, even if you felt that they didn't acknowledge what you did for them. Is that something that you would have wanted to take back?
Yeah.
Would you have wanted to take that back?
Hey.
Would you have wanted to take that back if you went out of your way and sacrificed yourself, and the person you sacrificed yourself showed no care in the world? How would you feel? What would you do? What would you do in that situation? Would you feel that I wish I never sacrificed myself? This person didn't deserve the sacrifice I gave. How would you feel about that, man? If you ever had that experience, call in so we can talk about it. This is something we need to talk about. Let's talk about it. You sacrificed whatever you sacrificed, and it was an ungrateful person on the other end of the sacrifice. Let's talk about it. Because you know some ungrateful people out there. And most of the time, it's people that you know that are very, very much ungrateful. In this situation here, Bobby took an extra 4 for his boy. And they ain't even cool no more.
Yeah. Hey.
Would you have done that? I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't have done it. I would have took my time and kept going. I wouldn't have signed a deal for extra time to sacrifice my life for somebody else. Would you do something like that? Or would you crack the whip and say, I'm just going to take my time and keep it moving? You take your time, you take it to trial, whatever you need to do. I'm just going to take my time and keep pushing. Or would you would have sacrificed the time in your life to help somebody that you grew up with get less time? Did that make sense? Was that a smart business move? Because we got to be honest. Bobby was into the music business at that time. He had a chance to take 3 and come home in 3. But he decided to take 7 so his man can come home in 7 instead of getting 14. Would you have done something like that?
Yeah. Hey.
That's deep right there. That's one hell of a sacrifice. And it's a lot of ungrateful people out there. How do you know who to take that sacrifice for, though? That's the thing. How do you know who to take that sacrifice for? Because he took a real sacrifice for his boy, and now they don't even speak. They've been home for years. You don't see that energy that you seen from them before they left. Did the industry turn them against each other after he took a sacrifice? Was that sacrifice worth it, man?
Yeah. Hey.
Is it ever worth sacrificing your freedom voluntarily for someone else? Now, I'm all for saying no, don't tell on nobody. I'm all for that. I'm all for letting the police do their job, right? But would you sacrifice your freedom for someone else? Now, you don't get this time in life back. You only get one shot at that thing called life. So them years, you don't get them back. Would you take the time out of your life, years now, and sit in jail for somebody else? Tell me, does that make sense? Was that a smart business move for Bobby? Or did he just put the thunderstorm over his career for sacrificing? Now, see, that's one thing about sacrificing. When you sacrifice for somebody else, you could take the risk of losing what you got going on for another person. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it
Hey.
to sacrifice what you got going on in your life for somebody else? Does that make sense now? Talk to me. Does that make sense for you to sacrifice what you have going on for somebody else? Because that's what he did. In all honesty, right? Rowdy was he was excited at the time, but they free now. Does he really care? Talk to me. Does he really care? Tell me, does he really care now that they free? This is a decision that you make at that point in your life, but is the person that you make that decision for going to care about that later? You got to make that decision. You know, put your life on hold for somebody else. Do they really care? People only care about what you do when you do it if it's benefiting them. That's the concern. People are not concerned about something after it's done. We can't go back and deal with that now. It's over. It's the game, man. Now, Bobby sacrificed his career and his freedom. Sacrifice. Would you do that for someone? Would you say, I'm going to sit for 4 years extra just to take a 7-piece off your sentence? So basically, they got 4 of those 7 years out of somebody. The number game. You know it's a number game. They playing the number game. And they got 4 out of 7 years out of somebody. Bobby sacrificed that. Do you think him sacrificing his life for his boy, think his boy really cared after? They not speaking. It's no rap. And whatever they fell out about, right, was something that had to do with somebody else.
Yeah.
It was something
Hey.
that had to do with somebody else. It wasn't even nothing that had friction from what they were going through. It was something from somebody else. And that man took 7 years now. You hear me? He took 7 years for his boy. 7. When he could have did 3. So is it really worth it sacrificing things for people? You can help people, right? You can try to be there for them as much as you can. But is it ever worth sacrificing things for people? Do they really care? Do they really care when you go out your way and sacrifice what you got for them? No. Maybe at the time, yes, but not really.
Yeah. Hey.
Now, my question to that, right? Would Bobby would have been a bad person if he didn't take that extra time and let Rowdy get the 14? I wonder how people would have looked at that situation. I really wonder how they would have looked at that situation if he said, man, I'm just going to take my time and I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to do my time and I'm going to go lay down. I got 3. They want to give me 3. I'm going to take the 3, right? But I'm not taking a 7 to get 7 off your sentence. Would he been wrong for that? Would he have been foul, considered not to be a friend? He didn't rat on nobody. He just wasn't willing to take extra time. Now, he did take the time, but if he didn't, would he been foul for that? Because Rowdy would have still been locked up right now. He would have been on a downstroke, but he would have still been locked up. This let him be able to come home early. But he got to crack the whip, man. You can't sacrifice your freedom for nobody under no circumstance. I want to say this personally. Your freedom and the time you get on earth is your time. You don't sacrifice that for nobody. You don't tell on nobody, but you don't sacrifice your freedom for nobody. Because you really don't know if they'd do it for you. And I'm sure now, being as though their relationship has fell out, Bobby wish he never took that extra 4. I'm sure he wishes he never took that extra 4 because it didn't benefit him. It benefited somebody else that probably was ungrateful. You never know, though. You never know. Sacrificing your freedom from somebody else is off limits, man. That's a no-brainer. You don't have to tell on nobody. You don't have to put nobody in no bad situation. What you got to take what's yours, and that's it. Sacrificing your freedom for somebody else is overboard. That's really not a conscious decision. You only get one shot at life. You can't get those years back. And would that person do it for you? Would that person sacrifice their freedom for you? Probably not. And we see now they ain't even speaking. They not even talking. And that man did 4 extra years for him. People only respect what you're doing when you're doing it at the time. After things are done, they don't have the same respect. They don't care the same. The mission's accomplished. So most things you do, you have to do them from your heart. If you're taking a sacrifice that's going to alter your life, it has to be worth it. And I really think nothing is that worth it. People influence you to be kind and to help others. But sacrificing your freedom, that's a little too much. Especially when you see, right now, did the brother really care? Have you ever sacrificed your freedom for somebody? Have you ever done something like that?
Yeah. Hey.
For real. Have you ever sacrificed your freedom for somebody? That's a big move. You don't get time back. You don't get time back, man. That's a big move to sacrifice your freedom for somebody else. That's a hell of a way to play the game. You don't get no restart. But would he have sacrificed his freedom for him? Probably not. Especially when he was the star. Now, we got to look at that for what that is. The star of the situation took more time to help somebody else out. And then after it's all said and done, did that person really care? That's the thing. When it's all said and done, did that person really care? Let me know. Would you have sacrificed for your boy, your girl, your mom, your dad, your kids? Would you have sacrificed for any one of them? Some people would say no. Some people would say yeah. But the big question that I say to that is, would they have sacrificed something for you? This is something we don't think about. And we get upset later if we sacrifice something for someone and they don't do the same thing for you. That there is one of the worst things to people. That's one of the worst things to people. You sacrificing something for someone, and then later down the line, that person doesn't do that for you. Most of the time, that's how it happens. Because people don't be willing to lose whatever position they have in life to help someone else out. And that's what Bobby did. He could have took the 3, came back home, and got right back at it. But they made sure that when he took that plea, that time lapse, it kicks you out the game. Only certain artists come back with that kind of pressure. You got to have it. And then it's hard because your sound gets old. So he knowing about the music industry, and as time goes, you fade away, he still took that 7 to help his boy out. Now he hates the music industry. He understands that they taking advantage of everyone. It's the game. He understands that the game is designed to keep you in the red. But he took a sacrifice for his boy so that he can get less time. And I don't think he was really grateful. Did he come home when he started getting some money, send a bag that way? Like, here, bro, I appreciate that. We don't know, but we haven't heard it. We all heard that he took 4 extra years so his boy can get 7 too. We ain't heard nothing else. Would you take a sacrifice for someone? Who is worthy of you taking a sacrifice for? Who is worthy of you saying, I'm willing to risk whatever to help you? Because 4 years is a long time to sit inside of a jail. And I'm sure when that 3 years went by, that's all he thought about is, I could have been out. I'm sure that's all he thought of. The game. The game. You really don't know people when you're doing something for them. You usually find out who they are after. And we see now. We see now. That man took a 4-year sacrifice and they ain't even speaking. It's like, I could have took mine, you took yours. We ain't speaking, we ain't speaking. But don't let me sacrifice for you and then we fall out over something somebody else is talking about. That's what happened. They fell out over something somebody else was talking about. Real rap. Would you sacrifice your freedom for somebody else? The game. But yeah, man. Leave a comment, man. We're going to start doing these live call-ins. We got to get the ball rolling. So we're going to start doing these call-ins, man. We're going to do them in the morning and night. We trying to do them morning and night. We got to have the late night crew come on here and tell extravagant, crazy stories. Whatever the topic is, whatever we going on. That's what we need. I need that energy from them late night people that's up looking at YouTube to come on and tap in and leave a comment. Call in. That's what I need. Where y'all at? SBGB TV working. We up. Let's go. Let's go. Where y'all at? The game. You might think somebody will do the same thing for you, right? But you'll never really know until you in one of those situations. You might say, yeah, I know this person would do this for me. But you'll never really know until you in that situation. Real rap. When you in those situations, that's when you find out who somebody really is. You don't know until you in those situations. We gotta get this live caller thing cracking. We gonna be on here, we working. We gotta get the live caller game up. Yeah. But it's the game, man. If you ever made a sacrifice for someone, right? And you feel that they was ungrateful, call in, let me know, man. Call in, let me know, man. If you ever made a sacrifice and you felt the person was ungrateful, let me know. It's a lot of ungrateful people out there. And you don't know they're ungrateful until you do something for them, right? And they show you. Yeah, man. Gotta make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We gonna start doing these live call-ins. We need y'all in the building. And we working. Live call-ins, man. We gonna start doing these live call-ins at 12 o'clock noon and 11:30 at night. 12 o'clock noon and 11:30 at night. We doing live call-ins, man. Need y'all to call in and let us know what you think about the topic. Chime in on the topic. You hear me? Chime in on the topic. For real. We growing though. One day at a time, man. One day at a time. If you ever felt you made a sacrifice for somebody and they was ungrateful, call in. We want to hear about it. Call in. We want to hear about it. To all the people that made a sacrifice, we want to hear about it. Let's go. Your boy DZ in the building. We're going to start getting these live cracking. We coming from the muck though, you hear me? We coming from the bottom, baby. We coming from the bottom, baby. It's your boy DZ, man. We coming from the bottom. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Call in, participate. We want to hear what you got to say. We going to be going live day and night. We going to have a late night live. Let you get your thing off. No cussing, but you can talk that stuff. You hear me? It's going to be a platform for the people can get some things off their chest. We doing live call-ins, man. It's your boy DZ, man. We're going to take this thing one day at a time. We building the channel, SBGB TV. Go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com. And we just building the channel one block at a time. Right now we in SBGB Studios. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. We in SBGB Studios. And we working. But if you ever had to sacrifice anything for someone and you felt that they were ungrateful, call in. We want to hear about it. We want to hear all about it. We want to know that experience you had that you felt whoever it was, family, friend, whoever it was, we want to hear how they were ungrateful. I'm sure everybody had that experience. I'm sure. Because I done had the experience with people where I done gave them $20 and they say, that's it? That's all you gonna give me? I'm like, I did give it to you. It's a lot of ungrateful people. But Bobby went to jail for 7 years when he could have did 3 for his boy. And I really don't feel his boy was as grateful as he should be. I wouldn't have done it. There's no way I would have went to jail for extra time for my boy when this was my plea. I got to take my plea. If I feel I don't have a fighting chance in court, I got to take my plea. That doesn't mean I got to tell on anybody. But why would I take extra time out of my life to shorten yours when I really don't know if you care or not? You had that experience, man. Call in. I want you to call in. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what happened. I want to hear those experiences, man. We're going to get these live call-ins going. We're going to get them going. Yes, we are. No cussing. We want you to get your point across. We want to hear you. We want to hear about those sacrifices you've made and the people were ungrateful. Have you made sacrifices for the kids and you feel your kids is ungrateful? For your cousins, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles? Have you made sacrifices and you felt the people you made those sacrifices for really didn't care? They was ungrateful. I just see you don't really know who is ungrateful until you make that sacrifice. Unless you've seen it in the past with other people. But from your experience, if you don't know, you really don't know. Unless you've seen it. But most people won't do what you do for them, for you. Most people only care about what benefits them. Now, there's some people that do care, but most people, they only care about what benefits them. But if you made a sacrifice for somebody and they didn't acknowledge it, we want to hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about those sacrifices that you made and you felt it was some ungrateful people that you did it for. They didn't care. You cared. You really cared, but they didn't. And you made the sacrifice. How does that sound? The game. It's like, should you make a sacrifice for somebody? Should you stop the movement in your life for someone else? Is that going to benefit you for stopping the movement in your life for somebody else? Is it going to benefit you? Now, you can have a good heart. You can be a nice person. But at a certain age in your life, everything becomes business. And you have to understand that. Are you willing to make a sacrifice because your life becomes a business as you become an adult? You got to do what you got to do to make money to provide for yourself. So without you starting an actual business, your life becomes a business because you got to make things turn to get paid. So as you get a certain age, are you willing to sacrifice your business for somebody else? That's major. Are you willing to say, I'm willing to sacrifice my business for somebody else? Why would someone do that? What is the benefit for it? To say that you got a good heart? Come on, man. The game. Real rap. But yeah, we gonna do these live call-ins, man. Check back in tomorrow morning or this morning. We gonna come back on at 12 o'clock. We gonna do it again. Live call-ins, man. It's just gonna be at nighttime. We gonna talk about a little bit more raunchier things. In the daytime, we're going to try to keep it a little level in the day. And we growing. The channel's growing. I appreciate everybody that subscribed to SBGB TV. I appreciate anybody that hits the like button. And this live call-in thing is just begun. So everybody's willing